We're going to go over how to write your body paragraphs for your informative essay. Just a reminder that there should be no opinions in your body paragraph. Okay, so step one is you are going to type your question and your text structure that you're going to be using to organize your paragraph as your header. Notice that the highlighting for this one will be different for each paragraph. That's because it's going to be the same as the highlighting that you already have on your PowerPoint, your slideshow. So my first paragraph, I'm going to have a yellow question. Second is going to be blue, and third is pink. It should be exactly the same as the colors of the questions on your slideshow. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to do is type your question and then tell me what text structure you're going to be using, and then make sure you highlight it in the correct color. Step two, you're going to write a statement that answers your question. I say no reason. That doesn't mean that you can't use because in it, but just remember it shouldn't be argumentative. You shouldn't put your opinion in this. So, for example, my first question is, why do some people love the show and some people hate it? I'm going to just take that and turn it into a statement. Some people love the show and some people hate it because the first and second seasons are really similar, and it focuses less on soccer as the show goes on. So go ahead and write a statement that answers your question. This one will not have any highlighting. Next, we're going to do an elaboration on the statement where you are going to talk about what that means. So I'm going to give some more details on what it means for people to hate the show because it focuses less on soccer. So you can see my elaboration says this means that some people liked the show when they first started watching, but didn't like the direction that season 2 took, because season 2 had changes like less soccer and more focus on characters besides Ted. Some fans felt like it was a different show. In my elaborations is really where I'm trying to show my text structure for my paragraph. This is where you'll really want to try and use different strategies to show the text structure. So the elaborations are going to look different for each paragraph. So my second paragraph, how did they cast the show? They cast the show because most of the writers and producers became the lead actors. Here's my elaboration. First, because I'm doing chronological order, 7 years before the series was created, Jason Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt wrote short commercials that were aired on NBC. So notice I'm really trying to show which text structure that I'm using to organize my paragraph in my elaboration. I'm going to pause it on this slide so that you guys can read through some of the different strategies that you can use for whichever type of paragraph you're writing. But go ahead and write an elaboration, and when you are finished, highlight that sentence in orange. Okay, next you're going to write an example with an author tag. The best place for you to get examples is where you already have all your research organized into different slides for each question. So go back over to your PowerPoint, and hopefully you have put to where you got all your information. So like, for example, I know that this is from Martha Soren, and on my research notes, I already wrote an author tag for Martha Soren. She's TV and entertainment writer. So get an example and an author tag from your research notes and put it into your paragraph. So, see, I have according to Martha Soren, a TV and entertainment writer, as sports, romance, and friendship, making it the kind of show we can all sit down and enjoy together. On the rubric, there is a limit where examples cannot be longer than 2 sentences. So make sure you choose your examples really wisely, and if you need to, you may have to trim it down and delete things that are not important. When you get an example, please highlight your example and your author tag in green. Then you are going to elaborate on your example and explain how the example connects back to your question that you are answering for this paragraph. So I'm connecting to how Martha Soren's quote means that why people, like how some people love the show and how some people hate the show. I'm going to pop back over here. Remember that whatever text structure you are using to organize the paragraph should be shown through your elaborations. When you're finished with your elaboration, please highlight it in orange. One thing I would like to point out about the difference between these two paragraphs is this is my first draft. This paragraph has a lot more orange, and this paragraph has a lot more green. The orange paragraph is going to be a lot better because it's more of my writing instead of just quotes that I've stuck in there. And then I've kind of put my own voice next to the quotes. In my second paragraph, that's what I've done with my first paragraph because you can see there's way more green than orange. In my second paragraph, you can see there's way more orange and there's just tiny bits of green. So that means that I've done a lot more writing and a lot more thinking in my second paragraph. So try to make your second paragraph or try to make your paragraphs look more like this, where the orange outweighs the green. It's not always possible to cut your quotes down that short, but just keep it in mind as a goal. So now what you're going to do is add a second example with a second author tag and highlight that in green. And then finally, you guys are going to add one more elaboration. This one should kind of wrap up your paragraph, try and bring it all to a close. And remember to use a text structure strategy so that you are organizing your paragraph with the use of a text structure. When you're finished with that elaboration, please highlight it in orange. Remember, examples are green, elaborations are orange, and color and questions should be highlighted the same color as they were on your PowerPoint. You only have to watch this video once. So once you guys have finished your first body paragraph, you may do the second and third by yourselves.